This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Monday morning. Hey, guys, stick around because I've got a great group of people with me today. It's the American Legion Post 2505 out of East St. Louis. A beautiful lady and two guys, nice guys, not two beautiful guys, but they're going to be here to talk about a fundraiser. They're going to be here to talk about the American Legion, and we'll be talking about this great country of ours, this great United States of America, because of people that belong to the American Legion, people that belong to the VFWs, people that belong to all these military groups that fought and died to give us such a great opportunity. They'll be joining us somewhere down the line. And then the disclaimer, these people aren't here to endorse me. They're not here to endorse the way I talk, the way I think, the way I dress. They're here to talk about a great cause, the American Legions of this great country, and we want to thank them for taking the time to show up. Before we do our community service, I want to say happy birthday to a good friend of mine, Art Ryan. He's an Air Force veteran, 88 years old today. I just had breakfast with him this morning, and happy birthday, Mr. Ryan. He was a travel agent for some time in Belleville, a union bricklayer. He's a father of a friend of mine, Eric Ryan. But Art Ryan, thank you very much for your service to the community, for being just a great individual. Thank you very much. And I'd like to say hello to Carl and Diane Cannon. I met them over the weekend, as I did Mike Oglesby, who works for the St. Louis History Museum. I met those good people. You know, it's humbling because you guys all know that I am poor white trash. I'm not ashamed of it, not proud of it, but not ashamed of it. But when you have people come up and want their picture taken with you, want to shake your hand, how humbling is that? And people, let me tell you, I'm one of you. I just happen to be the messenger. You know, if we go up to a house and deliver some food and you guys stay in the car and I just happen to go up and deliver the food to an unfortunate family, and we do that all the time, and they thank me, don't thank me, because it took a lot more than me to make it happen. It takes a lot more than me to make this show happen. Our producer, our program director, all of our staff, and more so than that, you good people out there, because without you guys listening, there's no sense of talking. And when I get out and I get correspondence every day, I get faxes, telephone calls, emails. It's unbelievable. Oh, and I want to say hello to everybody out at New Athens, out at the marina. They're up and running again. What a great group of people they are. Had a great reception out there. But, you know, it's really humbling. Not because I'm on the radio, but because people actually listen. People actually now understand the underbelly. And to me, that's the best thing that could happen to all of us. Again, people, they want to write about me. They want to talk about me. When are you enemies of mine? And you've got every right. Say what you want about me. Put the half-truths out. I really don't care, because I'm one of the few people when I say I don't give a damn, I really don't give a damn. But you can beat me up. I've been beat up 1,000 times. I've been raked over the coals 1,000 times. But see, let me tell you, my life's work now, I've got another one good shot in me. And it's politically, of course. And it's going to be shot at these rotten bastard politicians because I want to bring them down to their knees and further for the good people, not just of St. Clair County, but the state of Illinois and this great country. As you all know, with this Trump movement, and I've been doing it a lot longer than Trump, being politically insane, people are starting to understand, if you know what I mean. They're starting to understand that we can make a difference. You've seen it. Millions of more people have come out in this primary, both Democrat and Republican at the presidential level, because they know they can make a difference. They know if they try that things can change. And I say that in St. Clair County and all throughout the state of Illinois. We can make a difference. And that's what we want to do. Make a friend along the way if we can. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to make a friend. Like to have a friend or two. Hell, I'm going to need 6. I'm going to have to put money back so I can pay 6 pallbearers when I die if I don't come up with 6 friends. But that's okay. Because when I go home at night, I look in the mirror and I said, hey, I did all I could do for the less fortunate. I did all I could do for the needy, the hungry. I did all I could do for our poor animals out there suffering. And then I say, and I got a little energy left to do all I can do against, you hear me, against these rotten bastard political parasitical punks that we call politicians. And you rotten bastards, we're coming to get you in November. We've split up the whole Democratic Party. God Sprague can't win. We've got the New Vision Democrats out of East St. Louis. They're the true Democrats. We've got the people in Cahokia, the true Democrats. They didn't leave the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party left them and all you good people. There's probably 10,000, 20,000 Democrats that are going to vote Republican in St. Clair County because they know it's only a name, Democrat and Republican, and they know these Democrats that have been using that shill, hey, vote for me because I'm a Democrat, vote straight Democrat. You've seen what you good people have gotten the last 50 years. You've gotten screwed. You've gotten stepped on. You've got spit on. They've taken your money. They don't give a damn. And then they say, well, next time it'll be better. Next time it'll be different. Do they think we're nuts? Do they think we're nuts? It ain't going to be better. If it's not better after 40 years, it's never, ever, ever going to get better. So just remember that coming election time, people. Let's take care of our housekeeping. Then we're going to move on to some stories, and it's not going to be pretty. Oh, I also want to say hi to Adeline, a great, great lady, good friend of mine. Thank you, Adeline. And thank everybody for the words of encouragement for this election year. And you guys don't have to call up or send emails or stop me on the street, but I sincerely appreciate it. It won't be forgotten. And I'll never, I promise you, I'll never be the thing that I hate the worst. A big shot. Don't want to be a big shot. Want to have some money in my pocket. Want to be able to eat. Want to be able to take care of my family. Want to be able to do things for the community. Don't ever want to be a big shot, because a big shot does nothing but take care of himself and his family and himself. And himself usually in the bathroom is how he takes care of himself, because nobody wants to touch a greasy, sleazy son of a bitch like that. The Shane Togus Memorial Blood Drive coming up on Thursday, May the 5th, from 3 to 8 p.m. at St. James Catholic Parish and School, located at 412 West Washington Avenue in Millstadt. It's located in the parish room. If you have any questions or concerns or would like to donate, maybe make an appointment, you can call 1-800-733-2767. Speaking of American Legions, don't forget our good friends at the O'Fallon, Illinois American Legion, located at 109 North Penn Street. They have luncheon every Monday through Friday from 11 to 1 p.m. and also Wednesday night dinner specials. You know, all these American Legions, we're going to be talking to the East St. Louis chapter of the American Legions. These guys get no kind of funding, so anything we can do to pay back our military who gave everything, some of them did everything. And when you give your life You give everything, so let's try to give just a little bit back. Don't forget our American Legion in Belleville, Post 1937, having their meat and wheel raffle this Sunday, April the 24th. That was already gone. Yeah, I hope it was successful. Breast for Zach. Our good little buddy Zach Woods, 9 years old, from Donaldson, Illinois. He's got some very, very serious form of asthma. A cost of one monthly injection, people, is $2,000. Only in America. These politicians steal so much, and we don't even get good health care. But Zach's parents are unable to afford the out-of-pocket expenses most of us would. They're going to have a benefit to be held at the Panama VFW on Saturday, May the 14th. Anybody who'd like to donate or get involved, you can contact Jennifer at 217-710-2596. And Sharon Casper, thank you very much for that information. Don't forget the senior citizen big old bag and jewelry sale coming up Friday and Saturday, April the 29th and 30th. It's to be held at the Senior Citizen Building located at 102 South Jefferson in Millstadt, Illinois. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact 618-476-3731. And as always, the Executive Director, Patty Avansco, thank you very much for all your information and all your help. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper of Radio. You can go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling for the best of all three of our stations. You can now hear my repeat performance every day at 4 o'clock p.m. and broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night, Monday through Friday at the stroke of midnight. You can also like us on Facebook at KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. You can go to my personal Facebook, fans of the Grim Reaper of Radio, and or Bob Romanik for State Rep. There's two different Facebooks. You can get on there, cuss me out, say what you want, because I'm not a hypocrite. I say what I want, and I believe everybody has the right to say what they want. So that's the way that is. On this date, April the 25th, 1792, the guillotine was used for the first time in an execution. On this date, April the 25th, 1859, ground was broken for the Suez Canal. On this date, April the 25th, 1901, New York became the first state to require automobile license plates. The fee was $1. On this date, April the 25th, 1976, a salute to the Cubs center fielder Rick Monday, and I remember that, rescued a U.S. flag from two rotten, no-count, low-life fans, and they didn't put that in there, I just interjected that, trying to set fire to our great flag. They ought to set fire to them son of a bitches. On this date, April the 25th, 1984, Robert Kennedy's 28-year-old son, David, was found dead in a Florida hotel. That's what happened on this date, April the 25th, throughout all these years in our world's history. You know, I read where this guy in New York got arrested for pedophilia. You know, what no good son of a bitch, low-life bastard is going to diddle a young boy or a young girl? I mean, you know, a guy like that, there should be one law. There should be one law, and that should be the only law that has the death penalty. Well, no, if you take somebody's life, I believe in the death penalty. But if you abuse a young kid, you should do 100 years in jail. No ifs, ands, or buts, no probation, no nothing. But someone said here locally, you know, there's a local pedophile protester, and I heard he's running from the law. Whoever this guy is, and we still haven't decided or found out. Some people think they know, and they've been whispering the name. And again, I've never said who I thought it was, but I think I know who it is. But whoever you are out there, please, if you're a child molester, you scumbag bastard, get some help. Take time from your one man, and they tell me this guy's whoever he is, a one-man useless individual who does useless protest, and all he wants to do is get some recognition. You know, all he wants to do is somebody to say something to him. He doesn't care if he's a pedophile or a protester. You know, how rotten is that in your life when you have to do some crap like that just to get some attention? Nothing worse than someone abusing young, defenseless, innocent boys. I hope this pedophile protester is identified shortly, exposed, and arrested for the safety of all of our children. You know, I think this idiot, this pedophile protester, I believe he's being close to being identified and possibly arrested. You know, everyone, remember our children and animals can't protect themselves. That's why we have to protect them. And I would say to you, pedophile protester out there, whoever you are, don't try to get a court order stopping me from trying to warn people about you, whoever you are. Some idiot did that, and I don't know if he's got skin in the game, but, you know, somebody said I'd call him a protester. I didn't have to. Other people are out there throwing names around, and I think this guy might have jumped the gun. But again, whoever you are, and I think you definitely know who you are, and I think a lot of people out there have finally found out your identity. You know, let's get this stopped before it's too late. You know, for you low life, no count, no good, and people, you abuse an animal or abuse a child, I'm coming after you. You know, this no good son of a bitch, whoever he is, to sexually abuse young boys, what the hell is that? You know, I may be a lot of things, but I'm not an abuser of young boys. But this son of a bitch, whoever he is, and people are talking, whoever he is needs to be stopped. He needs to be stopped. So you take your dumb fat ass, whoever you are, take your protest, wherever you protest, and they tell me whoever this guy is all out. How the hell you be a one-man protest? You know, some bitch may never take a bath. I guess if you see a protester and he stinks and he's a fat ass and he's a dumb ass, maybe that's our guy. I don't know. I would say whoever you are, you pedophile protesting cockroach, your family, and I'm sure they're decent people, whoever they are, certainly are embarrassed by your deplorable actions. So whoever you are, I think some people, again, know, and I hope at some point, this crap stop, because people, at the end of the day, if we don't protect our animals, our pets, our children, nobody's going to. So we have to be there. So this pedophile protester, whoever you are, we don't have a name yet. I think we've identified him and people are talking all over. Stay away from our children. You can come at us if you want, write things in the newspaper. You can get on the internet if you want. I don't know if you do, but I would assume a low-life idiot like you does get on the internet and spew all kind of stupid, crazy crap. But just know, every time you put something out there, that people know probably who you are. They definitely know what you're about. And if you think you're making a difference, you know, all you're doing is making a fool of yourself. So, but people, let's protect our children. Let's protect our animals. Something here, looking through the sound off, of course, there's always something bad about me, and I appreciate that. They always spell my name right. But they talk about known for corruption. The GNA is not coming to St. Clair County because of its corruption, and I agree with this person. But face it, known nationwide as being corrupt. And yes, we are known nationwide in St. Clair County. You can't trust anybody in politics in St. Clair County, and I believe that to the utmost. Here's one, good people, and I know David Jackowitz. It's a nice guy. I don't know him very well. Says here, I've known David and this is in the newspaper. I've known David Jackowitz for his adult life. He's a good man. I have to assume now that all the elected officials in Caseyville Township are all good people, that they're all good people, this person's saying, because Brad Van Moose, I guess that's Brad Van Moose or Hoos or whatever, Brad Van Loser, I don't know, because Brad Van Hoos continually slams them all in the newspaper. Anybody Van Hoos slams has to be a good man. That's pretty much to the point, and that's in the Belleville News Democrat. So don't think I put a name out there. Somebody called in, and I'm sure the same people that called in about this person, they're the people that may be calling about everybody else. But anybody that Van Hoos, and that makes me feel good. Anybody Van Hoos slams is a good man. So hell, I must be a real good man. So whoever wrote that or called that in, thank you very much. We're talking about the GNA and people. Let's lay it out one last time. One last time. We're never going to put it to rest because this is going to be a big election topic. The St. Louis side, they've got crime over there. They're going to have to displace people. It's not the best area. Traffic congestion to get there. Our side of the river, beautiful property. Nobody has to be displaced. There's interstate to get people there really quick. There's nice hotels that have been built. There's the airport right there, unsuccessful, but even though it's still an airport, it's right there. There's no crime. Everything is 100%, except the political culture of corruption. And how bad can this corruption be? How bad can this corruption be, people, when they decide to go to St. Louis, which I agree is not the best location. The Illinois side is, but I also want to tell you, the Illinois side is a good location because it's a good location. It has nothing to do with these political parasitical punks that we call politicians. If they would have got the G&A, it would have been, we did it. No, it would have been because of the area, because of the infrastructure, because of all the amenities, the business, the airport, the interstate, already there. No, we didn't. That's the operative word, people. We didn't get it because of the culture of corruption in St. Clair County, because of Mark Sweet Cakes Kern, because of Bob, I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in the urinal Sprague. And don't ever forget the chief judge, John, red on the noodle like a pecker on a poodle, the no good son of a bitch. But I tell you what, I probably have to stay out of that fight because that ignorant son of a bitch he's running against, Ron Dupert. I don't know if Ron Dupert will be around election time because he's got his head so far up Mary Turman's and Barb Viviano's and John West and Doug Jameson's ass. I don't know how the hell Ron Dupert, we call him Ron Dildo Dupert. How the hell can you breathe, you little ass-wiped son of a bitch? But I don't want to be too harsh on him because he's a caring person. And he helps out all the young black men in East St. Louis. He's very giving in that respect. So, Dupert, I'll tell you what an ignorant son of a bitch you are. And that's just, I shouldn't have said that. I was thinking that out loud. Well, yeah, I should have, because he is an ignorant son of a bitch. But anyway, getting back to the subject at hand. Now, St. Clair County, they're crying. Oh, we want investigations. We want this. We want that. You should have wanted good government 20, 30, 40 years ago, you bastards. If we would have had good government, it would have been a no-brainer. But we didn't have good government, and we continue to have corrupt government in St. Clair County. And I spoke with some good people earlier. You know, you're a Democrat, you're a Republican. These Democrats and Republicans, they want you to be organized. So once there's an organization, they can control you. And I say there's enough blame to go around for the Republicans. But see, the Republicans, I can't get too mad at them because they haven't screwed up St. Clair County in the last 40, 50 years because they haven't had the opportunity. And I will tell you, I am running for state rep. Not a perfect guy by any means. Made mistakes. I made a mistake today. I rolled through a stop sign. And I'm probably going to make more mistakes. But I tell you, give the people that are fighting these incumbents who have been corrupt for all these years, give us the opportunity, not 40 years, 2 years, 4 years. If we don't do it, then throw our lame asses out. Don't look behind somebody's name if you're a D or an R. All that does is help out the politicians on both sides. You guys know I'm pissed at the Republicans, not the state Republicans, not the good Republican people in St. Clair County, but the few asswipes who run the St. Clair County Republican organization. These stupid son of a bitches couldn't wipe their ass without getting crap on their pants. That's what's wrong with the Republican Party. They've had no leadership, and now the leadership is worse than it's ever been. You got Doug Jameson, and just check Sangamon County. See, he's going to say it's lies. Check Springfield, Illinois, Sangamon County for Doug S. Jameson. He's the leader of the Republican Party in St. Clair County. And he says, I'm a bad guy. I'm not leading nobody but myself. He's leading the entire Republican organization. And you know how many Republicans I've talked to in St. Clair County the last week? And they're ashamed to be associated with this ignorant son of a bitch. And because I expose them, because I say they're a bunch of asswipes, they're going to censure me? I don't even know what the hell that means. I'm the candidate. But what I do know is we need a two-party system, people. We need opposition. We need it where people can have a choice. And we as the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, we stepped up to the plate. The Republicans, per se, didn't have anybody to run or didn't want to run. And I think it's primarily because of the lack of leadership under Doug Jamieson. But we decided to run, and now they're pissed because, see, if we win, they lose their little titles. And they don't give a damn about taking the Republican philosophy a step further. They care about their little meetings where Mary Turman and Barb Viviano and John West and Doug Jamieson and a few of those asswipes, they sit around like they're big shots. They're not big shots. They're low-life scumbag. And I know because I've been one, so I can pick one out. But I'm not trying to lead the party. Also, before we take a break, still a few tickets left for the first annual St. Clair County Freedom Coalition's Patriotic Salute to America. It's going to be held from 6 to 10 p.m. at Fisher's Restaurant this Saturday night. Going to be great food. Going to have a military presentation. Going to have a bagpipe. We're going to have military music throughout the night. We're going to discuss politics, of course, because that's the American way, but it's a patriotic salute to our great country and our great veterans. Have a few tickets left. We're going to have probably 5. Place is going to be jam-packed. We're going to have a big 30-foot Uncle Sam balloon out there. It's going to be decorated to the nines. You'll never see another dinner like this. And I would ask everybody who's already secured tickets, it's casual dress, but we appreciate it if you'd wear something patriotic. Patriotic hat. You can wear hats. You can wear shorts. You can wear your underwear. We don't care because it's like going to church. It's not how you dress. It's how you feel. So we appreciate everybody. It's going to be 6 to 10. And I'm going to ask, and they're $500 a ticket. I'm going to buy tickets for Kern, for Sprague, for Barra Civic. And I would sincerely ask, because, see, we can fight political, guys. I would ask that we take that Saturday and we put our differences aside, because I know you guys don't like me and I don't like you. I don't like what you stand for, and I know you probably don't like me because I'm breathing, and I understand that. But there's something bigger than all of us, people, and it's our great country. So I'm extending an open invitation to Mark Kern, Mr. Mark Kern. I won't disrespect him with a nickname. Mr. Mark Kern, Mr. Bob Sprague, and Chief Judge of the 20th Judicial Circuit, John Barra Civic. I'm extending my hand, not so much in friendship, because it'll never be friendship, but in unity and in admiration and respect for our great country and the military heroes, past, present, and future, who have made and will continue to keep this country the greatest country on earth. I would say to all three of you guys, let's break bread Saturday night at Fisher's. I'll sit at your table, you sit at mine. Let's not be Democrats, Republicans, me. Hell, I don't know. I've been thrown out of every party. Let's don't be Democrats, Republicans. Let's just be Americans on a Saturday night. We've got Democratic people coming up from East St. Louis, proud Democrats. We've got Republicans coming up from East St. Louis, Democrats and Republicans all throughout the county. So, and remember, we can only be Democrats and Republicans because of our brave military who fought to give us the right to make the decision on how we wanted to vote, what organization we wanted to be with. So everything stems from our brave military heroes and the opportunities that this great country has afforded me and you and our parents and our grandparents and future generations. That's what's great about this country, people. And again, I'm not perfect. I don't know if there is anybody perfect. But in this great United States, you can be imperfect and still live a decent life. You can be imperfect and still take care of your family. You can be imperfect and live to benefit from the great resources, from the great everything that the United States of America offers. So I'm asking Chief Judge John Barra Civic, we're calling their office to extend this invitation. We're asking Mark Kern, the Honorable County Board Chairman for St. Clair County, and Mr. Bob Sprague, the St. Clair County Central Committee Chairman, we're asking you guys to put political differences aside. Now, they're having something Friday night similar to what we're doing, and I don't know if it's political. This is apolitical. But I was going to go, but I was asked not to go because it would be disruptive. And I said, I promise I wouldn't disrupt. They said, no, it would be disruptive because your opponents will be there, and maybe they're going to try to make it political. And I don't care. As long as our military and our country gets recognized, they get credit for it. I don't care. I just want our country to get credit for being the greatest country on earth. So, again, I won't attend Friday night, even though I'd like to, because everybody knows what I think of this country. Everybody knows what I think of the military. I love them as much as I love my family. But I would say I'm extending that offer to all three of you gentlemen. It's Saturday night. Let's put our differences aside. Let's show everybody in this county that even though we can fight politically, at the end of the day, we're all Americans. And that means more to me than being a Democrat, being a Republican, being a candidate for state representative. That's all bull crap. The proudest thing we all can say is that we're Americans. Proud, proud Americans. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. Your guardian of the First Amendment, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. I want to say thanks. I've had probably 40 calls, people giving me the name who they believe is a pedophile protester, and it's unbelievable, and I don't know who it is, never mention the name, but it's a familiar name, and everyone that's called is given, guess what? The same name. So I don't know, and I won't divulge the name because we don't have any proof at this time. But it's always where there's smoke, there's fire, people. So if you see anybody out there, whoever, there could be protesters all over, but there's one out there, and they say usually protest alone, and some people do that, and sometimes there's crowds. So we don't want to pinpoint anybody, but these people are up in arms. They're up in arms about this idiot, and they say he is an idiot. Very, very familiar name, but we'll worry about that. But just watch out for your young children, young boys, because it's not right. In Belleville City Council, OK's budget will increase property tax. Do you understand that, you good people of Belleville? Your property values are going down, but your property taxes are going up. What kind of equation is that? Usually, if your property taxes are going up, that means your house is worth more. There's houses in Oak Hill in Belleville, for people who are not familiar with Oak Hill in Belleville, used to go for $300,000-$400,000. Now they're going for $200,000, $175,000. So a house worth $100,000, $70 more in city property taxes. Then there's going to be state taxes. Then they're going to put another tax on and another tax. That's the problem, people. It's unbelievable. They're going to keep taxing us The property tax money is primarily used to pay pensions for firemen and policemen, and I salute firemen and policemen, and they should have a pension. But why do these politicians need a pension? I say if I'm an elected state representative, that'll be my first legislation. To cut the salary in half, it's a part-time job, and no pensions for anybody. I'm not going to take a salary. I'm not going to take benefits. I'm not going to take per diem. I'm not going to take insurance. I'm not going to take anything because I don't need it. It's a greedy person who has all the food at his table and reaches over and grabs the crumbs off somebody else's table. That's not Bob Romanik. But these bastards, I think the policemen, the firemen, everybody that works full-time, puts their life on the line, they should have a good pension. All our proud union people should have a good pension. Now, Teamster 50, their pension's been cut in half. And you'll follow the trail, the money trail, and it's always because of the lack of leadership from these politicians. So you union people, don't forget come election time, these unions that's been supportive totally of the Democrats, they don't get the same in return. These Democratic politicians don't give a damn. They give a damn less. But they always want the union support. So you guys know what to do. You proud union members, you guys know what to do November the 8th of this year. Pay them back. But do you understand? How the hell can our property values go down and our taxes go up? Eckert said the county reported there are a few cases where veterans with homes valued at $300,000-$400,000 will be taken off the property tax rolls in the city. Do you understand what he's saying? Do you understand what this no-count, low-life, good-for-nothing Mark Maximus Vaginas, also known as Pussy Boy Eckert, is saying, the mayor of Belleville? He's not blaming him and his lack of leadership, his administration, his corrupt administration who plays ball with the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption. He's not blaming his bad leadership. He's saying one of the reasons is because some of the homes that the veterans own are going to take off the property tax rolls in the city. So in essence, what he is saying is we have to make up the difference. So he wants to throw the proud vets under the bus. You rotten piece of crap, Mark Maximus Vaginas, also known as Pussy Boy Eckert. How egregious is that? Because a few veterans, their homes are valued at $300,000-$400,000, will be taking off the property tax rolls in the city. That it's going to be that way. Unbelievable. Mark Eckert, what a piece of low-life scumbag, cockroach crap you are. To blame a few veterans when it's because of you, Kern and Sprague, and everybody in St. Clair County, the Democratic culture of corruption. You've squandered and wasted all of our tax dollars. And now you're going to throw our proud veterans under the bus. Kern, Sprague, Barra Civic, Eckert, you guys ought to be ashamed of yourself. Unbelievable. But then they got that Keller family out of Effingham. They're taking care of the Keller family out of Effingham. I drive by every day at that new development, if you want to call it that, across from the Lady of the Snow Shrine. There's hardly any work being done. The restaurant was going to be done this summer so we could all partake, but now it's going to be late in the fall and probably not until the first of the year. For a $98 million development that the city has relinquished over $38 million in tax revenue, 38 million people of your money that could have been going on to help pay the pensions. There's no activity going on. And then here, and I pound on this, the Keller family of Effingham has yet to announce the hotel brands planned to be built on the site. But they're going to put in 1,300 parking spots. The entire project has been valued at over $100 million. And Belleville, the politicians in Belleville have approved incentives worth $38 million. Unbelievable. It says if all the planned businesses are constructed, the city could reap about $1 million a year in sales tax. They'll be lucky to get a restaurant up there. Do you think the five-star hotels, you think they want to go there? Hell no, they don't, and we know it. I say the mayor and the aldermen should have had a contract with all these hotels, should have had the building plans, should have had the infrastructure all worked out before they dropped a penny in the sewers. You people are paying big money for the sewers out there, and it's going to take 50, 100 years. It's going to be another Mid-America airport. And I'm sure Eckert and Sprague and Kern and Barasivic, the Democrats that work together, I'm sure they're going to benefit. I guarantee you they will. But think about it. Nobody wants to come to the other side of Belleville. Good people in Allerton, good people in Centerville. They're not going to put up a 5-star restaurant there. And Eckert continues to lie to the good people of Belleville, just as Kern and Barasivic and Sprague lie to the people of St. Clair County. We're going to take a quick break. Before we do, we've got a caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Veteran. Matter of fact, I'm a 3-time combat veteran. I just want to say that every time that they want to blame the veterans for the housing and how it's more expensive, when the overseas votes from soldiers and sailors and airmen and Marines came in, they disregarded them for their purposes, and now they want to have this big salute to veterans. How about saluting veterans in a real way and not this crap that they're pulling? Because they don't salute veterans. They only salute them when they think it's to their benefit.
Tony, you know what? First, I want to salute you for your brave military service, but I agree with you, Tony. All they want to do is play the game. All they want to do, I expose them. I wanted to come to this thing they're having Friday night, but I was sent message not to come. I came to salute and respect the proud military, but these bastards, Tony, always want to play politics. And what do you think about throwing veterans under the bus and saying that's why there's an increase in property taxes?
I think it's disgusting. I think the problem is mismanagement. A mayor who doesn't give a crap about our tax dollar and just throws it away like it's his own personal money and then wants to blame the veterans, it makes me sick. It's disgusting.
Well, Tony, let me tell you, but see, just like when people talk about Bob Romanik and they get pissed because of what I say, and I say blame the proud veterans, some who gave all and all who gave some. And you, Tony, it's your fault that I get to talk, but it's also your fault and your comrades' fault, some who died, to give that ignorant, no-count, low-life son of a bitch the opportunity to run for election in a democracy. So when it's all said and done, there ought to be some decency in these politicians, Tony, but I don't know if they know the meaning of decency.
Oh, there's no question they don't. But on behalf of at least all the veterans that I know, Bob, thank you very much for keeping us on that front burner and letting them know that we did this because we love our country. And it was an honor to serve, and we thank you for all that you do for us.
Tony, you back up. Don't thank me for anything. I thank you. Every American citizen should thank you. And I'm being a little facetious, but it really bothers me when you and this captain and you guys come up. Please don't thank me. I want to thank you for all you have done, every one of you veterans. Because of you, I can speak here free. I can expose this crap and not go to jail. Now, not maybe get a bullet in my head, and I understand, Tony, but don't ever thank me or somebody that comes up and does something for you or a veteran, because we want to do that, because that's what decent people do. Tony, thank you very much, you and every veteran, for your service to this great country. Thank you again. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. It is always, anytime I have any military heroes in my studio, it's an honor and a privilege, as it is today. We've got members of the American Legion Post 2505 out of East St. Louis. They're having a fundraiser, and you guys all know that's how these proud veterans get their money. The government's not going to give them money. They're too busy stealing it. So that's what I say, support any veterans cause that you can. But with me today, I have Mr. Warren Holt. He's the PR officer for the East St. Louis Post 2505. I've got the beautiful Stephanie Bush. She's the president of the Community Development Sustainable Solutions, and also the dapper Terrence Taylor, vice president of that same organization. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Warren, I want to start with you. You're with this group. I know you're a proud veteran. And what's going on with your group and your organization?
Yes, as of now, our organization, the American Legion Post 2505 out of East St. Louis, we're a group of veterans from Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, and we are bound together by that participation in the armed service. And with that, we organize to help each other, to help the youth in the city, the veterans, and we are just here to be American citizens. We're used to serving, we love serving, and we are just bonded with each other.
You know, you've got your group here, and you've got Stephanie, and I know they're part of this great organization. And Stephanie, you are the president of the Community Development Sustainable Solutions. Give us just a little background on that and tell us, and I know why you're here helping the American Legion Post, because you're a proud, true American.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us today, Bob.
Hey, my pleasure.
Now, actually, Community Development Sustainable Solutions, we support our vets in any and all things that they do. And one of the reasons why we are here today is because we're excited to announce that the East St. Louis Veterans Memorial Post 2505 has joined with Ketting Ford to put you in a brand new Ford Focus, a 2016 Ford Focus. And this will be a way that the veterans can find themselves a new building to come together and meet.
Right.
As it stands now, they meet at the East St. Louis Library. And it's really supposed to be much more of a homey environment.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I don't know where this guy gets his clothes, but the dapper Terrence, the dapper Terrence Taylor. Terrence, you're the vice president of this great organization supporting the vets, right?
Yes, sir.
And what's this donation? What's actually going on with this car giveaway? And also, would like to know how people. I've got $100 for you right now, and probably more. I challenge everybody to help these good people in East St. Louis, because they're fighting a war down there every day. And I challenge everybody, all my friends, to come up with a little bit of money to help our vets out. But with these donations, how can we go to the website, Terrence? Okay. Go to Facebook. Give us that information.
Okay. For only $20, we have a drawing, a $20 raffle ticket. You can have a chance to win a 2016 Ford Focus. And tickets may be purchased online at www.americanlegionpost2505.org, or you may also call Mr. Mixon at 618-874-1300, extension 1. You can also reach us at our website, www.americanlegionpost2505.org, and you can get our GoFundMe page as well as our PayPal.
I've got here, Terrence, it's the drawing to be held Sunday, November the 6th at 5:30 p.m. at Blackman's Plaza, a great place down at 127 Collinsville Avenue in East St. Louis, immediately following the American Legion Post 2505 Annual Veterans Day Dinner. And how do they get tickets for the Veterans Day Dinner?
Well, the tickets for the Veterans Day Dinner may also be purchased at www.americanlegionpost2505.org. Or you may also call Mr. Mixon. at that phone number I presented earlier.
That's 618-874-1300. And I want to put a salute out and a shout out to Mr. Bill Mixon. He's the great insurance agent, been around East St. Louis, helps everybody out. And we want to salute you, Bill, for the great job you do for everybody, not just in East St. Louis, but all throughout the region. We've got a couple more minutes, though. Warren, I want to salute you again for your service and all your comrades down in East St. Louis. And I just hope the good people, not just of East St. Louis, you guys fought in the war to protect all of us. Maybe we don't live in East St. Louis. Maybe we live in the outer county. I live in Belleville, but I think we all, and you guys aren't begging for anything. You guys are asking for support. You guys gave support to us in our great country to put us in the position we're in to make a good living. And I just think it's time that we give back to all the veteran groups. What's your take on that, Walton?
Thank you. Another reason we're having this raffle, because as of now, we meet monthly in the East St. Louis Public Library. And we need a building of our own. We need a place where we can just be bonded together and we can talk and we can do more than just have a business meeting. We plan a lot of events through the years. Like we're getting ready now for Memorial Day on May 28th for the May 30th Memorial Day. And we have other programs and baseball team where we supply and we just need a place for our own.
You know what, Warren, I appreciate you, but that's what vets do. Vets gave, and they continue to give. I want to salute you. Stephanie, last word to you, Mrs. Stephanie Bush, a beautiful lady. You guys, if we were on TV, hell, my ratings would be off the charts. Stephanie, last word for you, honey.
You're just too kind, Bob, too kind. I just wanted to echo what Mr. Warren Reed said, the public relations person for Post 2505. And, they do a lot of wonderful things in the community. They partner with us during our Juneteenth event. They come out and they post the General Orders number 3, and as well as post their colors, which is a great way to civically engage our community. So we're always pleased as punch with the Post.
Terrence, one last time, give us the names, the addresses, so we can donate some money to such a great cause.
All right. www.AmericanLegionPost2505.org. Bill Mixon, 618-874-1300, extension 1. Or you can also reach us at www.AmericanLegionPost2505.org with GoFundMe as well as PayPal.
Thank you, good people, very much. I sincerely appreciate it. That's Mr. Warren Holt, the PR officer for the Vets VFW down at 2505. Stephanie Bush, the president of Community Development Sustainable Solutions, and the dapper Terrence Taylor, the vice president of that same organization. Guys, thanks for coming together with the veterans. Anything we can do, let us know. And people, this veteran group, every veteran group, they need help now, and let's pay them back just a little bit for all the help they gave us to live free in this great country. You good people, Stephanie, one last word?
I just wanted to say keep doing what you do, Bob, because we love you.
Yeah, well, you're going to have the money to get me out of jail? Stephanie, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Guys, keep up the great fight. Keep up the great cause. The vets, I love the vets, and we're inviting you good people to the first annual St. Clair County Freedom Coalition Patriotic Salute to America this Saturday night. It'll be an honor to have you good people. Thank you very much. We're running out of time. We got to get going. We'll see everyone tomorrow. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Come on back tomorrow, same time, same place. And let me tell you, good people, never will I ever get tired of talking about our brave military. And you can think it's a shtick, but it's not. I love my country as much as I love my family. I love this great country. Everybody else should. Can't tell you how to live, what to do. But at the end of the day, whatever you do, You can thank a proud vet, because without them, we'd be doing nothing, because we'd have nothing to do with it. So let's continue, people, on our journey. Not to get rid of the public servants, the good people like the veterans who do for us day in and day out, but get rid of those rotten bastards, no-count, good-for-nothing, political, parasitical punks that we call politicians. Let's continue to unite, to expose, and when it's all said and done for the good of this great country, destroy these rotten bastards. Destroy them politically, of course, right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha ha. They're coming to take me away, ho ho, hee hee, ha ha, to the funny part.